The era of PlayStation 5 is upon us, and if you're anything like me, you have been crushing that F5 key over and over trying to get yourself one of those very elusive pre-orders. Also, if you're anything like me, you got yourself one, and if you do, congrats. First of all, welcome to the PlayStation 5 family, and let me know in the comments whether you went all digital or you're gonna get yourself some physical media. I'm very curious about that. I personally prefer to go all digital, but hey, whatever you can get your hands on, it's probably best for you to just go with it. But we are not here to talk about that today. For now, I want to talk about the launch lineup. More importantly, the launch lineup for Sony Interactive Entertainment. So kind of first and second party stuff that's coming from Sony Studios for PlayStation 5. We know that third party has a lot going on. We have the mainstays like Call of Duty, Madden 2K. We have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is going to be on every platform. Watch Dogs Legion. There's a ton of stuff. So we're not going to talk about third party so much, except for one game. There'll be a little bonus at the end, so stay tuned for that. It's not a Sony made game, but it's kind of exclusive to PS5, so we're going to talk about that anyways because it's happening at launch pretty much. So with that said, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games we're going to talk about. Counting guys. Big brain. Before we get into them though, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. Link is in the description. Twitch.tv/HereBeGabe. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evening, and we have all types of fun over there. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter so that you keep up with all my shenanigans and also know when I'm going live and stuff like that. But that's enough. Nobody cares about all that. Let's get into the games. We're gonna go in alphabetical order here, and the first one is Astro's Playroom. This comes pre-installed with every PlayStation 5, and this is more like the tech demo, which I always really appreciate, right? If a kid is getting a PlayStation 5 for Christmas, you have a fun experience of some kind already there. And this one seems like really cool. Keep in mind, it's a tech demo. It's made for you to be able to check out the new technology, both graphically and with the controller. The DualSense seems to be a pretty awesome controller, and some of the haptic feedback is really going to shine in a game like this. Yes, this probably isn't going to keep you busy for hours and hours and hours, but it's probably not meant to. I'm kind of excited to jump in there. This will probably be one of the first experiences I have on PlayStation 5. There are other things that are way more exciting, but I figure I can jump on this one quickly and kind of just get a feel for everything and have a blast. And any type of pre-installed game is always a win in my book. So I don't know. I'm cool. I'm with this one. Let's do it. Next up, we have what is basically tied for first place as far as things I am most excited for to experience on PlayStation 5. And that is Demon's Souls from Bluepoint Games and Japan Studio. This looks so sick. This is how remakes should be. This reminds me more of a Capcom remake. I'm talking like the original Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 remakes. Those are so good now on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC and stuff. But this seems to be really done up. If you go back and see some of the comparisons videos for how Demon's Souls looked on PlayStation 3 and how it looks now on PlayStation 5, it is night and day. It is so insane how much different they look. It blows my mind. This is the power of PlayStation 5. We see it with the particle effects. We see it with the environment. We see it with the high refresh rate. The stream for the presentation was only in 30 FPS, but if you go back, and I'll probably put the trailer here in 60 FPS, and you watch it in 60, it looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely beautiful. And then if you watch that trailer in 1440p or 4K, oh man, I want this so bad. I am ready to die over and over and over. So far we're kind of like 2 for 2 as far as these experiences. Demon's Souls is almost like the grandfather to a genre of its own now. Souls-like games are a thing, and this is the one that kind of got it all started as we know them now. Yes, there's been really difficult games with like combat before, but Souls-like games as we know them now came from this kind of. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you can think of anything before that, but for me, this is where it's at, and I can't wait to die and die and die. And make no mistake, you will die. Oh, we are going to talk about the price for all these games, and I do want to mention Demon's Souls is $70. That seems to be the new standard for a lot of stuff going forward, and whether you think that that's like way too expensive for games or not, we can't deny the fact that games are cheaper now than they've ever been, and they are way more expensive to make than they've ever been. So a price hike, it's inevitable, unfortunately. Like, it's something that's gonna happen. I've come to terms with it. I feel okay with it because, like I said, like, these games cost more than ever to make, and they're cheaper than ever because of inflation. So yeah, Demon Souls, $70. Next up, we have Destruction AllStars. Sony tackling multiplayer in a fun and unique way. This one comes to you from Lucid Games, and it is also $70, which is a bummer because I feel like that's expensive for this based off what we've seen. Vehicular combat hasn't been cool to me since Twisted Metal, I guess. Rocket League is awesome, but that's not necessarily vehicular combat. Rocket League going free to play soon, by the way. And this kind of has some Rocket League vibes. You go like you're driving on walls and stuff. So yeah, a little bit. I really enjoy the aesthetic of it all, but I just don't know how much of a presence it's gonna have going forward. How much staying power is a multiplayer car game of some kind gonna have? And $70 for me, I wish that this were like honestly cheaper. Like, if this was like $40, I'd feel way better about it. But as it stands right now, it's probably one of the games that I'm like least excited about, even though it kind of looks unique. I can't fault it for that. I just think that the price is wrong here. Hi, Bob Barker. Wait, no, sad. This is one that I wouldn't be surprised if it got a discount pretty soon after release. So I might wait for that. Just wait until this gets discounted, and maybe then it's a little bit easier to justify. But as it is, cool characters. We have like a luchador, and there's a lot of diversity with the characters. I think the destruction's in the name of the game, so they probably really want to focus on that, but it looks cool. And if it can be as competitive as something like Rocket League, we've seen that games that are simple can be very, very competitive, especially now, right? Fall Guys is one of my favorite things in the world. And this is nothing like Fall Guys, but just because it's simpler doesn't mean it's not fun. And if this nails the fun, and the fun aesthetic is already there, it's just that price point. That's the only thing that bothers me. Next is the big one, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales for $50 for the PS5 version. Or if you want to get the Ultimate, you can pay $70, and that also comes with a remaster of the original Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, and that right there is a hell of a package. That's an amazing game. If you've somehow never played it, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop watching this video. Go play that. Get ready for Miles because this looks sick. The gameplay segment that we saw was really, really awesome. A huge set piece, Spider-Man like holding the bridge together like, but that's kind of just what Spider-Man does. He loves holding things together, flexing on us constantly. But this is probably like the one that everyone is gonna get. I feel like every console generation has like one of those games that has like a huge attach rate. For Nintendo Switch, it was Breath of the Wild, and I feel like this is probably it as far as these goes. This and Demon Souls, like, they're the two big ones, and I don't know which one I want to tackle first. I'll probably go with Spider-Man just because it's going to be a shorter experience since it's not a full price game, but I'm just equally hyped because I love Spider-Man. I love Marvel. We get a small whiff of the story with Miles' mom running for local government, and then everything kind of going crazy, shady groups of some kind running amok and causing all type of ruckus in New York in the wintertime. We see the snow. I can't wait to see if there are other suits. We know some villains that are going to be in the game. I wonder how far that goes. Are there going to be some of the villains that we saw in Marvel's Spider-Man? Miles made a cameo in the regular game. Will Peter Parker somehow make a cameo in this? Insomniac has been clear about the fact that Spidey's story isn't done as far as Peter Parker goes. Is this going to set up Spider-Man 2 at some point? A lot of questions that this game can answer, and I am freaking hyped. And next, the cutest game on the list. So we have Sackboy, A Big Adventure. I miss Little Big Planet. I know a lot of people weren't a fan of the gameplay. Like, they felt it was a little too floaty, wasn't precise enough. Like, I get it. And if you're coming from like the Switch and you're playing like super precise platformers over there, where there be like Donkey Kong or Mario, this seems like a blast. It seems so adorable. Little Big Planet was my jam back in the day, especially Little Big Planet 2. That was so fun. And now you get to go on this big 3D adventure. You get to collect a bunch of stuff, cute environments, cute Sackboy. What more do you want? if you have a little brother or sister, a kid, any young person in your family, this is probably a must own. It is $59.99. So it comes in at a more traditional price point, which surprises me, right? Because Sony is kind of pushing the $70 thing, and it's a big adventure. It says it in the name of the game. So I don't know why they didn't go 70 with it, but hey, I'm happy, right? If we can save a couple of bucks there and put it towards one of the other games, let's do it. This last one is a little bit of a bonus because it isn't from Sony, but it's coming day and date with PlayStation 5, and PlayStation 5 is the only console you can play it on, and that is Godfall, published by Gearbox, developed by Counterplay Games. I wanted to include this because I think the combat looks sick. This is one that you can play with your friends. It looks like it's going to be a really fun time. Some fun combos. There's some awesome particle effects. It looks cool. And like I said, exclusively on PlayStation 5 for consoles. It's also available on PC. So if you have a PC and you much rather play it there, cool. But if you want to get it on consoles day one, launching the exact same day as PlayStation 5, so I wanted to throw it in here. I won't spend too much time on it. There's a lot in the mix here. They kind of call it a first of its kind looter slasher melee action RPG. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of different genres to mix in there. Hopefully you can juggle all those balls properly and keep them all in the air, and we'll see how it turns out. But there you have it. That is the list for launch games for PlayStation 5, the Sony Interactive Entertainment launch games, plus one little bonus because I think Godfall kind of deserves a mention. I really hope it's cool. I hope it doesn't let us down, truly. But let me know what you think. Which games are you picking up at launch if you are picking up a PlayStation 5? Or are you just not interested in any of these? Sound off in the comments below. Let me know on Twitter. Follow me over there, Twitch. I said it in the beginning of the video, twitch.tv/HereBeGabe. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope to see you guys there. You guys are fantastic. I just hit my desk and I hope you guys didn't see any shaking, but if you did, it's okay. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Bye.